closure. Can I come over, cause it's not over.
The roar of the voices of the 60,000 pairs of eyes that filled Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, that night truly created an atmosphere that was both magical and tense, where every corner of the stadium was filled with the energy of deep longing from a sea of people who had long awaited this historic moment. As the stadium lights slowly began to dim and left the magical glow of tens of thousands of purple light sticks moving in unison like waves in the middle of the ocean, the entire audience seemed to know that they were on the verge of a moment that would change the history of live performances forever. However, not a single one of the tens of thousands of armies in attendance that night was truly ready or able to predict the extraordinary surprise that had been so neatly prepared behind the curtains of that magnificent stage. As soon as the intro music began to echo through the silence of the night, and Jimin's figure stepped forward confidently under the spotlight, the entire stadium immediately exploded in mass hysteria so intense that the vibrations were felt literally in the veins of everyone who witnessed it. Jimin's performance that night was far from just a standard stage act relying on vocal technique or flawless synchronized movements, but rather a high-level artistic performance that showcased how the sheer charisma of a world star can instantly intimidate and hypnotize tens of thousands of people, leaving no room for distraction. Every graceful yet powerful movement seemed to carve a profound emotional narrative on stage, leaving the audience breathless for a few seconds, afraid of missing even the smallest detail of the visual masterpiece unfolding before their eyes. The fundamental reason why Jimin's performance in Las Vegas was so surprising and successfully subverted everyone's expectations was his extraordinary ability to navigate extreme dualities, where in a matter of seconds he could transform from an intense, sharp, and tyrannical dancer on stage to a warm, gentle, and sincere figure as he gazed directly at the sea of adoring fans. The light of the stage that hit his face showed every drop of sweat and expression of total commitment that was clear evidence that he was giving all his soul, body, and energy to give the best night for the millions of hearts that supported him. Surprises after unexpected surprises continued to flow throughout the song, starting from the vocal improvisation on high notes that glided very clearly and stably without the slightest gap, to the details of the new choreography interpretation that had never been shown in previous tours that immediately made the atmosphere in the stadium even more uncontrollable and filled with endless screams of admiration. The 60,000 army who filled the heart of Las Vegas that night were truly forced to their knees and melted by the charm of this unmatched stage, creating a new standard that is very high in the history of the global entertainment industry that is sure to continue to be discussed, analyzed, and remembered for years to come. His presence on stage that night seemed to reaffirm the absolute truth of why he's such a beloved figure worldwide. Behind the grandeur and glamour of the enormous Las Vegas stage production, there was a pure emotional sincerity that he managed to channel directly into the hearts of everyone who witnessed it, both in person and on screen. Magical moments like these prove that the boundaries of pop music performance have been shattered and rebuilt into a new definition of perfection by Jimin's charm. It's impossible not to be amazed after watching him dominate the giant stage so single-handedly. Don't miss a single second of the crucial details and hidden secrets of this incredibly rare, historic moment. So make sure you all keep your eyes locked and focused only on GOLDNKOK TV, as we will thoroughly, in-depth, and without missing a beat, dissect all the behind-the-scenes secrets and the most emotional moments of this performance that completely rocked Las Vegas from start to finish.